Good morning everyone. And this is Bagadon at Stock Market Caddy, and today is the 25th, Monday at a little past 1 o'clock. And we are running a strategy, and let's get this little tool up here. This is a new tool that we are making available for our annual members on any particular strategy they may like. And the way this tool works is that there is in fact a strategy running here. It at the moment isn't showing any of the historical results because it was not activated according to this button here. Now the strategy is in fact on, and when the conditions are met for this particular strategy, it's called SMC, point and figure chipping strategy, it will enter the trade with no interference from me, and we can put this strategy into pause, or we can turn it on. So we can basically turn it on and off at will, and we can certainly take our profits as we see fit, and we will. So we're going to run this for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be much more than an hour, and we will upload this and give everyone a view. So when we're trading with a machine robotically, we are in fact trading with a machine. The machine can do all the trading, and the machine can have losing trades as any person can have. The neat thing about a machine is, though, it doesn't get emotional. It doesn't get fearful. It doesn't get greedy. It doesn't get down on itself. It doesn't say, oh man, I can't put on that next trade because I lost the previous two. Oh, I don't think I will. And of course, that's the trade that, wins. The machine doesn't have any of that emotion. The machine can actually make an individual trader better, stronger, more disciplined. You get to learn what the machine is doing in whatever market you're in at that time. And it doesn't have to be intraday. It can be on a swing basis. It can be on an investment basis. Basically, the machine is there to help you become a better trader, a better investor, and to keep you honest and to keep from having any negative outliers. We want positive outliers, but we do not want any negative outliers. And said another way, I'll borrow a phrase. It's rather crude, but very, very much to the point. This particular trader, I heard him say that a lot of retail traders, they have a tendency to eat like birds and shit like an elephant. And that isn't good. That's how people lose money. And we don't want to lose. It's okay to lose and lose a little bit, but we don't want negative outliers. We don't want to shit like an elephant. And the way that we do that here at Stock Market Caddy, and for the folks that go through our Q school and stay with us, is to teach, remind, provide tools so that nobody gets into a situation where they're down X amount of money and like, oh, it'll come back. Oh, it'll come back. Oh, it can't go down any lower than that. Well, it doesn't matter because I always wanted to own XYZ stock anyways, and I'm an investor. I'm not a trader. Nobody can time the market. Been ever down that path? So that's never a good thing. But we're going to let you watch. And hopefully here we're going to have a trade go off here in a moment. And we're going to take advantage of this time to demonstrate how this tool will work. And that strategy is armed. It is activated. You may not look it, but it is. And if we get an X right there, we're going to get a long order and we will be in this trade and underway. Okay, success. We are now long. Now everyone else is thinking, oh, that market can't go up any higher. It's got to come down. Well, not necessarily here. Now what I'm going to do is I don't think I have to be that cautious about coming out right here. This strategy, if it reverses, it'll take me out here. I'm going to give this some room to run. And I have other tools that I'm looking at. So what we're showcasing here, what we're profiling, is I can now come up here and I can pause the strategy. Now the strategy, or I can activate the strategy. If it hits here, it's going to want to come out. And then I would have to manage the trade from here manually. So it gives you a choice. And we'll stay with this trade a little bit. Of course, I can go up and take profit at any time, and I just might do that. I'll let you know if I do. And I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bang out that profit and take the $85. Now the strategy is not on. If this reverses, I might want to be short. Let's turn the strategy back on. We can do that too. It's pretty neat. And we can do this for any type of strategy. It's very quick, it's very easy, and if you have a robotic automated strategy that is working fairly quickly, you want to be able to react quickly. Now there are other steps TradeStation enables you to turn strategies on and off with, but they take a little bit more time and a little bit more effort, and it also calls for losing view of the chart, and we'd rather not do that. So if this comes down, this particular strategy will enter a short on the next set of O's. By the way, if you're not comfortable or confused with what you're looking at being point and figure, you definitely want to visit stockmarketcaddy.com, and you definitely want to give us a call because we love point and figure. It is so simple. And it's wonderful when it comes for automation. It takes all the noise out of the markets, any market. You can do this with stocks, you can do it with options. Takes the emotion out. It is what it is. And if you really stop and think about it, prices are moving up and down as you're seeing here. By the way, let me increase the font so you can see the price action here. I'm sorry, it's a little bit small, so we'll go ahead and increase the font. Here we go. So this is an NQZ running on a point and figure chart. It's a 2x3. This is actually a 2-point Renko. I'm sorry, point and figure. 2 points. That's pretty small. Pretty sensitive and aggressive for us to do, but I wouldn't try to do this manually, but the machine is going to put me in, the machine is going to give me much better fills than I could ever hope for. And I'm just going to hang out and maybe pause the strategy if I think I've got some wood in the trade and it's going my way. I can pause it. And it puts me in a position where all I'm doing is, if I intervene at all, is to pause the machine when things are going really well or to take a profit. I'll let the machine handle the entries. I'll let the machine handle the losses. Psychologically, it's a fantastic way to go. And again, you can do this for anything. But I'm not in here, oh, I think it's going to do this, and oh, I got a trend line that's doing that, and oh, the MACD is doing this, and oh, I got a candle doing that. And that's what everybody else is doing. Red candle, green candle, red light, green light. Remember that game? And then every once in a while you get caught. You should see what Swing Machine is doing. Holy smokes. Now this isn't Swing Machine. I mean, hey, how come you're not trading Swing Machine? Well, we got a host of products, strategies, and they are products, plays that we can trade. This is wonderful to do at the open for the first hour of the day. Come in, make your bread, leave, go do something else, go work on your tan, work on your golf game, your fishing game. You know, there are a lot of coders out there that can code programs. There are a ton of traders out there. There aren't that many full-time traders and full-time coders. Nope. We're trading our own bread. And we make all of our tools available for our members. Now, it took us, I could show you the code, it took us quite a bit to write that little code, quite a bit of time. Coders get, they get they get a good buck, as they should. Their time is valuable. We provide all of these added value programs to our members our annual members at no additional cost. So we're going to wait here. Looks like we're going to get a trade in. The strategy is on. And we put up a no. The machine is going to put us short. My hands are not on the mouse. Nope. It's patient. The machine is very, very patient. It's not anxious. It has no anxiety. Nor do I. We've done this a few times. Now, $85 may not seem like much, right, to you. Well, look at all these columns of X's and O's. In fact, how much is each X and O worth? Well, we got a study for that. So let's go look while we're here. SMC brick value. This is another tool that we make available for our members. And there you go. Each brick box, in this case, is worth $40. We have some other tools that we can put in while we're here, waiting for that to go short. SMC, point and figure, trend caddy, can read the trend. There we go. Did you see that? We're in. I didn't do that. I couldn't be in two places at once. So let's get the point and figure, trend, text. There we go. We'll slide this over here. That is being interpreted by the machine. Now, by the way, I don't want to take, based on what I know about point and figure, I'm real comfortable being short here, and I'd rather not take any buys. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to pause the strategy. I'm going to pause it. If I want to turn it back on, I can. And if I want to scalp it, I can. By the way, we're not done here. Add point and figure posture text. I had to hit the sneeze button. I'm going to sneeze again, sorry. Sorry about that. All right, point and figure, SMC, point and figure posture text. And this gives us more information about, in this video is not about necessarily point and figure. It's not a point and figure tutorial. We couldn't do it justice. It takes a little bit. We do have a nice video set on point and figure, but if you go through the Q School, we will teach you the ins and outs of this, entirely of point and figure. So this is, and we can also have another little divergence tool, and if we give that a peek, SMC, Stock Market Caddy, these are all the tools that we have built for our members. And here we go. And it's going to load. I want it down here. So it's telling us that there's at the moment, no price momentum divergence. You can see these little red crosses here. That was telling us the price was probably going to go down. Do you see these little green X's here? That was telling us that price was going to go up. Yeah, that was a nice move. Positive divergence. Here, the little red crosses, price was going to come down. And down it did come. So divergence is a tricky little thing to trade. It doesn't work every single time. The problem is if you're using the traditional tools to measure divergence, one, it doesn't work every single time. Two, it's also a lot of times in the eye of the beholder, and you begin to see things that aren't there. So we program everything into a computer, and if it's there, it's there, and the computer is going to tell us. Now, it doesn't mean just because there's no price momentum divergence that we're not coming down. We are, in fact, coming down. And the strategy has been paused. I could turn it back on, but right now it has been paused. We can equip this strategy with profit targets, with percent trailers. We can do all kinds of neat things. We can do this with this little automation, semi-automation, this tool, this little button. We can do this with Rinkos. We can do this with time charts. We can do this with all kinds of things. And there is no reason in the world for me to turn the strategy back on just so that it could maybe, pop me out. I'm in at a really, really nice place. So we've been on for less than 20 minutes. We pocketed $80 to $85, and we got a nice $100, $120 winner. That's $200 in less than 20 minutes. Now, if you went out to the mailbox today and you found $200 to $250, would you bend over and pick it up? Would you make an effort to pick it up? I hope so. It starts with you. We don't advertise. But somehow, some way, if you came by us and 20 minutes into this video, you're still here, maybe you should give us a call. It starts with you. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe. I believe in fate. Now, if it comes up, it should actually buy, but it isn't going to buy. It isn't going to take me out. I think we're in a downtrend. I think we're on defense, and I think I've got a really, really nice entry. I'm looking at some other tools, so I'm going to keep the strategy in a pause mode, if you don't mind. So that's what I'm going to do. There are approximately 24 days a month that you can trade futures, if you count Sunday evenings, which is a great time to trade. But if you take those off, or you take off on Fridays, let's just say it's 20 days. 20 days. I don't like doing this, but $200 a day is $4,000 a month. 48 grand a year. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe program the machine before you go to work, maybe, while you're getting ready. What if you make 400, 500? Maybe it becomes a business. Maybe trading becomes a business. Folks, I'm not here to convince you that you can do this. I'm not here to tell you that everybody can be a trader. And if you are still listening to us and you're asking yourself, well, if this works and this is so good, why doesn't this guy have 60,000 followers? Well, it's a great question because it does take effort, it does take time, it does take skill. How many people want to work at much of anything these days? On anything, you know. They want to believe what they want to believe. I don't concern myself with others. My suggestion to you, no matter what you decide to do, whether you decide to trade with us or not, or use our tools or not, live your own life. Decide for yourself. Make your own decisions. Trust your own instincts. Now, if I wanted to get another contract, let's see that. I might want to get another contract on here. And let's try that. We're going to do something here because if it comes down, it should trigger. So I'm going to turn this on. And let's see if we get a second contract on here. It's a neat way of scaling. Because I do think that the machine will put us in another contract. We're actually trialing this little tool that we built over the last few days, and learning ourselves on how we might want to use this and incorporate it into not just this strategy, but into others. This is one of our go-to. This is kind of like a bread and butter strategy. It's not the smartest bomb in the arsenal, but it's a really good tool. It really is. And we will hear in our headphones. I want you to be able to hear. You may not be able to hear in the headphones if we get a second order. It will be very pronounced, though. You'll see it in the position window because the monies will be significantly more. Now we don't ordinarily add to contracts. I usually would only add to a winner, so this could be a neat way to go. But we don't usually over leverage. You don't want to over leverage or be undercapitalized. It's kind of six of one, half a dozen of the other. Either one is not a good thing, but we're in good shape here for what we're doing. So we're going to let this play out. I'm going to hang with you. We'll watch it. Okay, we're still with you, and the time is just 1:32. We started about 28 minutes ago. We're running an automated program. The program is been activated. We've been pausing it and activating it, controlling it from here, which is kind of neat. That's a new tool. The idea and the concept here is to work with the machinery, with the robot. Automatic pilots don't fly the plane by themselves. A wood advanced lathe does not make the cabinetry by itself. You need to be a pilot, you need to be a good carpenter. A robotic surgical device from Intuitive Surgical does not do the surgery by itself. You need to be a surgeon. It makes the surgeon better. It improves the patient outcome. If you're trading using candles or an abacus, you know what an abacus is? You're about 25 or 30 years stuck in the past. If you are buying and holding in our view, fine, but that is, we feel, an abdication, a give up, a yodel, that it's something that you cannot do. We don't believe in any of the majority of the axioms that come from Wall Street and Madison Avenue. If we did, we would never have built Stock Market Caddy. We would have never done what we have done. Okay, we did not, and we wanted to see if we would have added a second contract. We did not, which is fine, and we can improve maybe that strategy to do it, but it did not. And now I'm going to pause this strategy, and I'm going to take my profit, $200 in less than 32 minutes. I'm bagging on at stockmarketcaddy.com. If by chance you've come by this video and you've watched it for 32 minutes, fantastic. You're going to be one of the few. And you will also answer that question, why isn't everyone else doing this? Folks don't have the inclination to want to work at something, and they have the attention span, many, of a gnat. Not our members, but a lot of folks. If that's not you, and you want to learn, we have a program for you. Feel free to give me a call, 813 758 8263. Thanks.